A very warm welcome to my dear students. In this video, we are going to say about brick masonry. It is an important topic in unit number 3, construction of materials and building structures. Myself, Aswinam, Assistant Professor Mechanical from King's College of Engineering. Let us go to the video. A brick is nothing but a basic building unit in the form of rectangular plan in which length to breadth ratio is 2, but height can be different. The nominal size will be 9 inches into 4.5 inches into 3 inches. In terms of architectural size, we use 8:4:2. So these are the basic structures of a brick. Brick masonry. It is nothing but the art of laying bricks in a mortar in a proper systematic manner which gives homogeneous mass which can withstand forces without disintegration is called as brick masonry. So this is how the mortar is being arranged. So we have the brick, and the brick is accompanied with cement and mortar and arranged is like a array. So this array, the property of array is nothing but to withstand the load or distribute the load evenly. So that is why the system is being like that. The array is being like that. Okay. The terminology will have top and bottom surfaces are called as beds. The ends are called as headers and the header faces. The sides of the bricks are called as stretchers or stretcher faces. They are subjected under the British standard BS 3921. See in our bricks. After that, frog. Frog is nothing but the depression provided in the face of the brick during its manufacturing. The depth of the frog in the brick is actually 10 to 20 mm. Frog should be upward. Why? Because this type of area, this area is called as frog. This is essential for the mixing of mortar and the mixing of other fellow brick. So that is why we are using this frog. After that, mortar joint. Mortar placed horizontally below or top of the brick is called as a bed. The mortar will be placed vertically between bricks is called as a perpend. So bats. What do you mean by a bat? A bat is nothing but the portion made by cutting standard bricks across their width are known as brick bat. These are named according to their fraction of full length of a standard brick. So this is called as a 3/4 bat, this is called as a half bat, and this is called as a quarter bat. They are useful in packing because constructing of building means we need to have some rectangular half bat or a 3/4 bat or quarter bat like that for the finishing purpose. So in that type of called as the positioning, that cut positions are called as bats. After that, closes. Closes is nothing but the length of the portion may be cutting across their length in such a manner. In terms of length they are cutting means that is called as closer. This type of closer is called as queen closer. This type of closer is called as king closer. After that, coins. Coins is nothing but the external corners of the wall are called as coins. This block right, these are called as coins. This is known as coin brick. The corner brick that engages the complete design. So this is looking like a L. That L is completed. This block is completed with those bricks. Those bricks are called as coins. They have holes not exceeding 25% of the gross volume of the brick. After that, frogged bricks. They have depressions in one or more bed faces, but their total volume shall not exceed 20% of the gross volume of the brick. So those things are called as frogged bricks. After that, masonry wall requirements. We need requirements for construction of brick masonry, right? Those requirements include adequate strength to support imposed load, sufficient water tightness, sufficient visual privacy and sound transmission, appropriate fire resistance, ability to accommodate heating, air conditioning, electrical and plumbing equipment, ability to receive various finished materials cost, ability to provide openings such as doors and windows. These are the basic requirements before going to a brick masonry. After that, brick bond. There are 4 types of bond: stretcher bond, heather bond, English bond and Flemish bond. We can be discussing this. Stretcher bond is nothing but a common. This type of bonding is commonly found in our industrial buildings or commercial buildings or rooms or anything. Likewise, the heather bond is nothing but the head. It is covered by Spanish bond. This is also called a Spanish bond. It is very common for bearing walls. It is composed of heather bricks because we used to get header as the base and not the length. We will be covering only the breadth. So that is why this type of bond is called as heather bond. English bond is nothing but this is the strongest bond. As the name bears, it is a common bonding in English culture. This has the maximized strength of wall. The pattern well shows that the distinguishing causes of headers and stretchers. They use one part as stretchers, where they use stretchers in one area and they use header in another area. So one layer stretcher, another layer strongest bond available. After this, Flemish bond. Those Flemish bond are nothing but one stretcher, one header, one stretcher, one header. So this type of bonding is called as Flemish bond. They are not strong as English bond. It is actually decorate pattern on the face wall, alternate headers in each with the headers center under and over stretchers in adjacent courses. These are coming under the decorative pattern. So this is the Flemish bond category of Flemish bond. After that, these are the various categories coming under brick masonry. Those bonds are very very important. That patterns are very very important, asked in university examinations also. Explain various type of bonds available in brick masonry like that. Usually they have asked about individual bonds, like describe about Flemish bond, describe about English bond like that, and the diagrams, block diagrams, that are very very important. So please make use of the content, like the content, share the content, and please put your comments in the comment section. Thank you.